What's going on, guys? Radio Graffiti here, and today I want to talk to you guys about some movie news. So, Captain America Brave New World entered theaters last week, and it did pretty good for its opening weekend, but now here we are in its second weekend, and it's kind of come crashing down. It's one of the worst second weekend drops in MCU history. It's down there with the Marvels and Ant-Man 3. It's like a 68% drop. Not really what studios want. Now, everyone is reporting that the budget is like $180 million. If you believe this movie's budget is only $180 million, then I have a jar of air I'd love to sell to you. $180 million is dirt cheap for Marvel nowadays, where their budgets are sky high nowadays. And with all the rumors and little hints here and there of this movie having a kind of nightmarish shooting / production stage, with them having to reshoot the movie, we know for a fact Gustavo Fring was brought in last minute. His character wasn't originally going to be in the movie. He just got added to the film like last year. I still remember when the set photos were coming out. But yet the director was like, oh yeah, we've only done some photography. It's normal for Marvel movies. It's not normal for Marvel movies to add a villain last minute. And I'm expected to believe this movie only costs $180 million. So whatever the real budget is, I think this movie's going to flop. It's got a terrible second weekend. The reviews aren't very good. Even the people who like the film don't love it. And the people who didn't like the film aren't overly hating it. It's not like it's the worst movie they've ever seen. So it's got pretty mid reviews. No one's really all that excited to see it again, which is why it had such a terrible second weekend drop. Another reason I think it had such a terrible second weekend drop is just the fact, people look at the poster and they're like, who is that guy? That's not Captain America. They're all used to seeing Steve Rogers as Captain America. Then they look on the poster and they see a red Hulk and a guy who's not Steve Rogers on the poster, and it says Captain America, and they're like, what? What is this about? So that can be confusing for people who don't keep up with all the Marvel stuff like maybe me and you do. Like, we know about Sam Wilson and the whole Falcon and the Winter Soldier thing, but not everyone else does. But honestly, I think most of it is just the fact that it's just a pretty mediocre movie at best. People who did watch it didn't see any reason to come back. Like, the best part about the film was a Red Hulk fight. The rest of it is basically just a sequel to a movie that came out in 2008 called The Incredible Hulk. It's not really a Captain America movie. There's no reason Sam Wilson had to be the main character of this film. Like, how do you have all these Hulk characters that's all tying into the 2008 movie, and then you don't even have Bruce Banner in here? People just didn't have a reason to go back to watch it. No one that came out of seeing it went to go tell people, oh man, you gotta go see that ASAP. Oh, it was so great. Because there's no competition right now. It's not like there's a million movies out fighting for the number one spot right now. It's not like we're in the middle of summer. We're in dead-ass February. Nothing comes out in February, so Captain America should have the whole month to itself. But I guess it's not helping it very much. People just would rather not go to the theaters, I guess. It's pretty telling to me that some of the lowest drops in the MCU's history are more recent movies, like the Marvels and Ant-Man 3. Kind of goes to show that the quality of Marvel films really has took a nosedive recently. Like, Marvel's always had sort of bad movies. I know people love to pretend that before Avengers Endgame, every Marvel movie was a 10 out of 10, but that's just not the case. But especially more recently, it seems like it's become more hit or miss. Avengers Endgame came out in 2019. We're now in 2025. I'd say they only probably had a good 3 or 4 movies since then, and they release about 3 or 4 movies a year, if you're not counting the Disney Plus shows. So that's not a very good track record. Movies like Eternals, Shang-Chi, The Marvels, Ant-Man 3, they all vary from like mediocre to just terrible. I think not having Iron Man and the real Captain America, Steve Rogers, is definitely hurting the MCU. Those two characters really kept the MCU afloat. And I would argue Thor as well, but after Thor Love and Thunder, I don't even know what they're doing with that character anymore, so it just feels like all the characters we always were comfortable with in the MCU have kind of just left or just aren't the same anymore. So yeah, I think the MCU decline is real. We'll see what happens with Thunderbolts. I don't know how that movie's going to turn out. Looks like it's going to be another mediocre Marvel movie, if you ask me, but I'm prepared to be wrong. We'll wait and see when it actually drops. I'm just saying, as of right now, I would not be shocked if that movie had a pretty significant drop off as well. Not knowing the quality, but just from the trailers itself, looks pretty mid to me. Bunch of terrible, cheesy one-liners breaking up the tension. Bunch of Disney Plus characters nobody really cares about. Like, why would anybody want to go watch this movie that's just a general audience member? They're just going to say, oh, it's a Marvel movie, I'll check it out, at best. But even then, like I said, Marvel's quality has kind of declined. So why would anyone have a reason to watch the Thunderbolts? No one really knows who Taskmaster is or Red Guardian. And if they do, they don't really care. Nowadays, moviegoers are more picky than ever when it comes to going to a movie theater. They don't just go to the movie theaters anymore just for the fuck of it. They only go when something special comes out, like Deadpool and Wolverine, or something that had huge Oscar buzz and attention, like Oppenheimer or Barbie. So yeah, those are my thoughts on why Captain America Brave New World had such a terrible second weekend drop. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Is there something you think I missed? Is there another reason you think it flopped? Or do you think I pretty much covered it all? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.